We just came out of closed session to discussing an employee personnel issue.
Madam Secretary, Madam Mayor, excuse me, I would move that we approve the relinquishment agreement and release of claims related to Justin McCoy as we discussed in closed session.
Second. Motion made by Councilmember DeLuca, second by Councilmember Cahill. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Justin McCoy has announced that he is stepping down from the position of Maple Plain Fire Chief for personal reasons. Next item of business is council reports and other business. Do we have any this evening?
I would just ask, Bobby, do we have a plan, or can you put together some thoughts about how we would replace the fire chief?
Yeah, and what we would do by default here is we would go through the whole process again. So we would, I think we would want to take a little bit of time. What I mean is an opportunity to speak to the fire department, you know, in staying true to the language that was shared that Justin has stepped down as the fire chief. But then we would want to involve them in the selection process like we do with any fire chief position that we've done in the past right now. In terms of their involvement, they make a recommendation. There's an interview panel that they have. And then there's a recommendation that ultimately goes before city council that makes that determination. I would want to start this process fairly quickly. This is something that I don't want to drag out. I imagine that this is something that I'll be speaking currently to Fire Chief 2 and Fire Chief 3 to start talking about the process and moving forward and putting that into place.
And would this filled position then fill the remainder of Justin's term?
Yeah, well, it would fill not only just the remainder of this calendar year here, but also then 3 years. So, for instance, the example of how this would play out is that if City Council approved, let's say, at the June meeting, the new Fire Chief 1, that person would fill the remainder of 2019 and then have 3 additional years.
Okay,
So it would be like 3.5 years in this case.
thank you.
Any other questions regarding the process? Okay. There's no visitors to be heard, so looking for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
A second.
Motion by DeLuca, second by DeLong. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Right, the meeting's adjourned at 7:15.
Ooh, it's hot.